Hello, St. Peter's. Welcome back to another fun Monday library time. I hope you had a great weekend. Wow, what amazing weather we had, wasn't it? What did you do this weekend? Outside, I bet. Oh yes, I was outside a lot this weekend too. I went for a really long walk. I sat down by the creek and watched the water flow by over the rocks and watched all the leaves and the things float past in the water. That was fun. I started a new book, but I got to read outside in the sunshine. That's my favorite place to read. I also washed my car. Still have to do chores, but when it's nice and sunny outside, you don't really seem to mind very much. Maybe you helped do some chores outside as well. Who knows? I hope you had fun. So here we go. Let's start some library time on this happy Monday. Let's see. Are your friends here? Mine are. We have Ralph. Here they are. Magic Monkey's here with us. Here's Joy with her jar of joy, standing by, ready to roll. So I have all of my friends. Are you gathered around? Then let's get ready for library. Let's turn up our ears so we're ready to listen. Turn off our mouths so we don't make a sound. Put your hands quietly in your lap. Take a nice big deep breath. And now we're ready for our story. All right, today I have a really fun book that maybe you haven't heard before. We'll find out. This one is called Listen, Buddy. What kind of a character does Buddy look like? Yep, a bunny rabbit with big, long ears. Do you think he's good at listening? We're gonna find out. Our author is Helen Lester, and it is illustrated by Lynn Munsinger. It's gonna be good. Listen, Buddy. Buddy's father had a beautiful big nose. He was a great sniffer. He's sniffing his carrot juice. Buddy's mother had beautiful big teeth. She was a great chomper, crunching on her carrots. Buddy had big, beautiful ears. It didn't matter. Oh no. When Buddy's parents sent him to the vegetable stand to get a basket of squash, he came home with a basket of wash. Oh my goodness. When they asked him to buy 15 tomatoes, he came home with 50 potatoes. Oh, Buddy, this is a silly book. Buddy's father said, "Listen, Buddy, will you please bring me a pen?" "Who?" asked Buddy. "You," said his father. "Will you please bring me a pen?" "A what?" asked Buddy. "A pen," said his father. "Will you please bring me a pen?" "Sure," said Buddy. Buddy's father said, "Listen, Buddy." What did Buddy bring? Not a pen, but a hen. Did you notice that he always brings something that rhymes so it's close, but he's not really listening? Pen and hen rhyme, but they're very different. Can you write with a hen? No way. Buddy's mother said, "Listen, Buddy, will you please get me a slice of bread?" "Who?" asked Buddy. "You," said his mother. "Will you please get me a slice of bread?" What of what?" asked Buddy. Do you notice what's Buddy doing? He's watching TV, isn't he? So he's answering, kind of sounds like he's listening, but he's not paying any attention. "A slice of bread," said his mother. "Will you please bring me a slice of bread?" Sure, said Buddy. Buddy's mother said, listen, Buddy. Do you see what he did? He sliced his bed. Oh my goodness, that's the headboard from his bed. Bread and bed do rhyme, but nobody wants to eat a slice of bed. Silly Buddy. Somehow, Buddy's mind was always wandering too far away from those beautiful ears. His parents tried yelling, listen, Buddy! They tried whispering, listen, Buddy. Nothing worked. One day, Buddy got permission to go for a long hop. He had never been allowed to go beyond the vegetable stand. Listen, Buddy, his parents warned him. Just remember that at the end of the road, there are two paths. The path to the left will lead you around the pond and back home. But the path to the right will lead you to the cave of the scruffy varmint. And that scruffy varmint has a nasty temper. So be sure to take the path to the left. Right? Asked Buddy. Left, said his parents. Right, said Buddy, and with a salute of his paw, he hopped away. Do you think he was listening? Let's find out. Feeling very grown up, Buddy hopped along past the vegetable stand and on to the end of the road. Now, let's see, he pondered. Was I supposed to go left or right? Or right or left? Do you remember which way he's supposed to go? Left or right? He thought as hard as he could. The last thing I said was right, so that must be right. Right he went. Is he supposed to go that way? I don't think so either. Uh-oh. 25 hops later, Buddy discovered that right was wrong. There in front of his cave was the scruffy varmint, doing scruffy things that varmints do, like snarling, messing his hair, rubbing dirt on his knees, and scratching a whole lot of itches. At his feet was a large soup pot. What are you going to do with that soup pot? Asked Buddy. What does one usually do with a soup pot? Bake pie? Replied the scruffy varmint, not too kindly. I'm going to make some soup. Some what? Asked Buddy. Soup, snarked the scruffy varmint. Buddy had forgotten his parents' warning about the scruffy varmint. He asked eagerly, May I help? The scruffy varmint was not fond of having company, but with help he'd have his soup sooner. So he said, All right, bunny rabbit, come help me gather firewood. Who? What? Asked Buddy. You, firewood. Buddy eagerly hopped ahead of the scruffy varmint. Very gently he gathered a large, prickly bundle, which he held out proudly. Roughly, the varmint grabbed the bundle. I said firewood, not briarwood, he yelped, plucking the sharp thorns from his paws. So briarwood has lots of prickers in it. Not exactly firewood. Later, when the pot was filled with water, the scruffy varmint lay against a rock, licking his paws and barking orders. Hustle, bunny rabbit! Get the flour! Yes, sir, said Buddy. 5 pinches of salt. Yes, sir, said Buddy. 15 tomatoes. Yes, sir, said Buddy. Okay, let's take a look at this. First, he said, get the flour. Is that the kind of flour you think would go in a recipe? I don't think so either. Wrong flours. Then he said 5 pinches of salt. Pinches, like this. He has a measuring tape to 5 inches of salt. That's going to be some very salty soup. And then he asked for 15 tomatoes. Looks like he brought back those 50 potatoes. That is not the best way to follow a recipe. And a big load of squash. Yes, sir, said Buddy. Uh-oh, what did he use instead? His wash. Oh, Buddy. The scruffy varmint rose and gave the soup a stir. He took a taste. It tasted a little like, well, maybe it needed some pepper. Bunny Rabbit, get the pepper from the left side of the kitchen sink, the varmint growled. Who get the what from the where side of the where what? Asked Buddy. Whew, that was a lot of directions at once. He's having trouble doing one thing at a time. The scruffy varmint repeated. Who get the what from the where side of the where what? Never mind. He stalked into the kitchen and got the pepper himself and sprinkled it into the soup. There, he snarked. Now, Bunny Rabbit, put the soup on the fire. Buddy put the soup in the fire. Oh boy, how do you think that scruffy varmint is going to feel? He's going to be angry. I think so too. The fire went hiss. So did the scruffy varmint. I'll teach you, he howled. I will have soup. Bunny Rabbit soup, and I know just the bunny to use. The bunny rabbit who never listens. Bunny listened. Look at how perked up his ears are. He is listening now. He also hopped very, very, very fast, faster than he had ever hopped in his life. He whizzed up the road past the vegetable stand and into the safety of his house. Whew. And a little later, when Buddy's parents asked him to bring a pen and a slice of bread, Buddy listened. Look, he actually brought bread and a pen because now he's listening. What do you think about that? Pretty silly story, wasn't it? But I thought it was a very fun way to show how when you're not really paying attention, if someone tells you something, sometimes things get a little mixed up. Or maybe you don't do something you were supposed to do because you weren't really listening. Okay, so let's practice something. We can make something, but you have to listen because it's going to take a couple of steps to do. I know you're going to be excited about this because we've made these at library before. My second graders, I know, are so good at them. Third graders are good at them. The first graders were even getting creative when we made them in library. Paper airplanes. I even decorated mine. See? I'm going to show you a couple different ways to make paper airplanes and even how to make some stunt planes when you add some flaps on the top. But it's very important that you listen and follow the directions so you don't get frustrated, right? Because when you start with a flat piece of paper, it doesn't look much like an airplane, does it? But when we fold it all the right ways, it can be a really fun thing to do. Everybody can make an airplane. You can race them. You can make stunt planes so that they kind of flip in the air. You can experiment in so many ways. Would you like to see how to make one? Let's do it. All you need is a piece of paper, just like this. And your first step is to fold it the long way. See how I have it where it's standing up tall? That's the way you want you to do it. You're going to fold it in half. Just line up the edges, half and half. Okay? And then press it down so you have a nice crease. Press it all the way down. So you have a nice crease. Good. Then you're going to open that up. Okay? So now you just have a piece of paper, folded in half and opened up. The next step is to take the top corner. Are you listening? Listening? Take the top corner and you're going to fold it so that it lines up with this center line. Okay? So you have a straight line from the top along the center line, and it kind of makes a triangle on this side. Press it down. Same thing, take this corner, bring it down so the edge of the paper lines up along with the center line, and then you're going to press it down. So now the top is like a triangle, right? Now you're going to do that one more time, keeping it flat just like this. But now your corner's over here, right? That's where the corner is. So you're going to take that corner and line up your flat edge to the center line. It gets a little bit skinnier. And then push it down all the way down the line. Okay, this time it's going to go almost all the way down your paper. Like that. All right, so remember, we're just taking the corner, folding it down so the flat edge of your paper matches up corner with the center line. Just like that. Again, it's easier when you're flat on the table. Then push it all the way down. So this is what it should look like right now in this step. Okay? So we've done the corners to the middle twice. We took the outside corner down the center line, outside corner to the center line. And so it looks like this. It kind of looks like a plane already. Now, how we folded it before, just fold it in on itself. Okay, right on that first crease that you made. Should already be there. So it's easy to fold up. So now it looks like this. Looks like a triangle. A right angle triangle. See that? If we folded it correctly. Okay, so now we have to fold it down to make the wings. So you're going to take this flat edge, just the outside one, and fold it so that it lines up with the bottom edge. If you line it up all the way across with the bottom edge, and then you put your crease in, you'll have your first wing. Okay? It takes a little practice, and you might need some help. You might need an extra set of hands to help you line it up. If it doesn't line up the first time, it's just paper. Fold it down again and try again, okay? Once you do one side, flip it over. See the difference? Here's the side we folded down. You can see all the creases. This is the smooth side. We still need to fold this side. So the same thing. Take this flat side up here, fold it down so it lines up with your bottom line. Okay? Line it up and then push it tight on that crease. It's really important that your creases and your edges are tight so that it doesn't fall apart when you fly it. Okay, so now it looks like this, flat. You're going to put your fingers underneath. You can see on the bottom, that's where you pinch and hold it. There's your airplane. You just made a paper airplane. Now, as you can see on this one, once I made it, I decided to decorate it a little bit. So you can take some markers, do it how you don't have to. You can. Maybe you want to write your initials. Maybe you just want to put some fancy designs. Maybe this one's gonna be my polka dot plane, right? You can design it however you like. You can make it look like a real plane. Maybe you can search for it on the internet and see what a fighter jet looks like, and you can decorate it like that. But mine's just gonna be a little polka dot plane. Now, that's your basic airplane. This flies really straight and really far, okay? Once you learn how to practice. So here's how you throw it. You pinch it. So I have my thumb on this side, my two first fingers on this side, and you just throw it like that, okay? If you want it to do a flip in the air, all you have to do is give it some flaps on their back wings. So it's the same plane that I already made, and then you just simply fold up the back flaps. The fun thing about this is test it out. You can see when you throw it with the flaps up like this, it's going to make a loop-de-loop in the air. It won't fly as far, but it's like a trick plane. And then if you wanted to race it, you don't have to make another plane. All you do is flatten that out, and now it's back the other way. So you can decide, maybe flap up one flap, see what happens when you fly it. Trick planes, pretty cool. Now there's one more way. I'm going to show you how to make a plane. It's kind of the same, except this one has a longer nose here. And sometimes that races a little further, okay? So I'm going to show you how to make that one. The beginning steps are the same. So let's see if we remember how to do it. Step one, fold your paper in half the long way. Zoop, zoop. Then you're going to open it up. Then you're going to take this corner and fold it to the middle edge. Fold that paper to the middle edge. Then you're going to take this corner and fold it to the middle edge and press it down, right? Just like we did. Then you're going to take this corner and line up this edge with the middle. This I definitely need my book for. Okay, so those first steps are the same. Edge to edge, corner. Take your corners, match up that edge in the middle, okay? Same. Then, once you fold it back in half again, instead of folding this whole edge down to match up with the side, you're only going to take part of it. So you're going to start up a little bit, probably right about there. And then you're just going to fold it flat like that. Okay? So I stopped. I came up a little from my nose and folded it flat. Then when you turn it over, you can just match up your sides, fold it the same as the other side. So they match up. Symmetrical, like our butterflies. Okay, so this gives you, it's a little wider back here. So then if you want to make a trick plane, instead of folding up the flaps right from the back, you can fold them on the side like this. So you just fold it up a little bit like this. Fold it up a little bit like that. Okay, test that out. That looks like a fire jet, doesn't it? See what kind of stunts that can do. If you wanted to go a little faster, you can take a paper clip and stick it on the nose of your airplane. Experiment. See how they go. All right? Ooh, that one did twirls in the air. It twisted like this. So maybe because of the side flaps, it twisted that way. These flaps will make it loop like this. If you experiment, see how it goes and let me know, okay? Paper airplanes are always a fun thing to do. It's gonna be kind of a cold, a little bit dreary week. So if you're inside, maybe you can challenge someone in your house. You can all try to make and fold your own paper airplanes and then race them and see how far that they go. That would be a fun indoor activity that you can all do together. All right. Are you ready to spread some joy? I know I am. Joy, you ready? Bring on the jar. Here's our jar of joy. Whoop. I caught it. Don't worry, I caught it in my lap. That lid likes to come off very easily. All right, thanks, Joy. That was some aggressive shaking. Let's see how we can spread joy today. Let's see. Oh, this is a really good one, especially after the weekend. I bet your parents did some really fun things with you. So now we're going to thank your parents. Make sure, sometimes we say, oh, they know I love them. They know that I'm happy when they do things for me. But sometimes we forget to say it. So it's always a really nice thing to thank someone. So today, thank your parents, thank your caregiver, whoever's taking care of you. Say, thank you. I appreciate what you do. Maybe add a little hug in there for them too, right? So that is a wonderful way to spread some joy. I'm going to thank my mom today. I hope you thank yours. All right. On Wednesday, oh my goodness, we are going to be at a special location. So I can't wait for you to tune in on Wednesday. See where Ralph Magic Monkey, the Pig of Joy, and I take you to. It's going to be amazing. All right. Have a great Monday, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Keep spreading the joy.